Hi guys! Today I wanted to talk about fursuit building tips. I will show some tips and tricks you can use to make your own fursuit. So let's get into it. Tip number 1. Buy a good glue gun. A lot of people use very cheap ones and they break so easily. Here are a couple I own. And another one. That's another one. And another one. They are all very cheap. And a lot of them broke just because they were cheap. I'm going to plug them all in at the same time so you can see the difference. As you can see, the first one, just a little drip. Second one, still leaking very much. Also leaking, but still durable. They were just terrible, they keep leaking the glue out of there. So in the end, when you want to use the glue gun, it's empty and you have to get a new one. It's very annoying, so I recommend this one. It doesn't leak at all, the temperature stays the same. A lot of the other ones are not the same the whole time, so it keeps or not working, or it's just a lot of heat and then everything melts all together, so just get a good glue gun. Tip number 2. Buy x-acto knives. They are very handy when cutting fur. You won't cut the fibers of the fur. As you can see, when you cut this, then you cut the whole fur together, not just the backing. I'll show you a clip. I have a lot of different x-acto knives. I use these ones the most. This is a very expensive one. It's very nice, but maybe a little bit too sharp. Be careful with that as well. And these are just knives I got from like a dollar store. So here you can see the difference. This is the back. You can still see the fur in the front. But with scissors, you cut it all. So when you're going to sew it, you will see a huge line over there. You can see where you cut your stuff. And with an x-acto knife you won't. It really doesn't matter what kind you get, as long as they cut well. You don't want a very sharp one, because then you might cut way too hard. So be careful with it, but they're very nice. Tip number 3. Buy good fur. A lot of furs you can get at normal stores, but they aren't always that nice. When you buy fur, you have to look at, is it durable? Is it machine washable? Do you want long hair? Do you want short hair? There's a lot of things you have to keep in mind. I always buy my fur from fabric.com, but I also go to the stores. Sometimes in the stores there is a nice one, but usually there isn't. So just be careful when you buy some. Tip number 4. Get some friends. It might sound a little bit weird, but when you order with a lot of different friends, then the shipment from fur is way cheaper. So then the shipping won't be that much. For me, I live in Europe, so when I do it alone, I have a lot of taxes I need to pay. So when I get a lot of friends with me, then I need to pay way less in shipping and as well in taxes. It's just very handy to do. Tip number 5. If you don't have any friends that have fur, go to fursuit makers. As you can see here, I have a lot of fur, and sometimes when I make a project, I buy way too much. This is just to make sure if anything goes wrong, I have enough, or if they want something else, I have enough. And afterwards, I don't always find a commission that has the same exact fur. So what you can do is talk to me or any other fursuit maker and ask, hey, do you have any black fur left? Hey, do you have any white fur left? And maybe I say yes, maybe I say no. But you can always see. Maybe some other fursuit makers have the same thing. I think a lot of fursuit makers need to get rid of their fur after a while. Maybe they're cleaning up or anything. So just ask or just Go to the Twitter page and see if they are selling something. Tip number 6. Learn how to hand sew. A lot of people don't have a sewing machine and they're like, I can't build a fursuit anymore, I don't have a sewing machine. But a lot of fursuit makers actually don't have a sewing machine. They do everything by hand. So learn how to hand sew. A lot of YouTube tutorials are out there, so just check them out. And the one I use the most is the blanket stitch. It's very easy to do and it's very durable. Tip number 7. Don't use very strong thread. A lot of people are like, you have to buy very good quality thread and that's very durable, but also very strong. The first two things are true, but the last one, to make it very strong, is not a good idea. When you sew fur, a lot of times if you use a very good thread, the fur breaks instead of the thread. You'd rather want the thread to break so you can always re-sew it. If the fur breaks, then you have to make it smaller, so it won't fit as well.
These are all the tips I have for you today. Let me know if you'd like to see something similar. Or comment below with your own idea. Have fun fursuit building and please subscribe.